Good evening, Postal Family. How's everybody doing? My name is Saeed, Mailman Saeed. Welcome back to my channel. How's everybody doing this Thursday evening? Well, it's going on. A lot of things going on. Steiner has given out the warning. That's what my today's topic is about. Postal Service trying to get different avenues, revenue to increase their growth. Trying to. He's given a warning about 2027. Something's going on, so we'll get to the article. But first, if you're new to the channel, my name is Saeed. Postal content is what I do, love to do. Thanks everybody for all the support. Keep giving me the thumbs up. Smash that hype button. Takes a second. Everybody, thanks a lot for the support. As always, great questions, great suggestions you all been giving me in the comments. I can't thank you guys enough for everything you all do for me. Thanks so much. Everything I say on here is from my views, my research. I don't speak on behalf of USPS Post Office in any of my videos. So without further ado, let's get to the article. Then we'll summarize, see what's going on with it. So, U.S. Postal Service pursues new delivery revenue to stave off 2027 cash crunch. Washington, D.C., the U.S. Postal Service said Wednesday seeking to boost revenue from its last-mile delivery network to major retailers and shippers as it warned of a looming financial crunch and said it could run out of cash as soon as early as 2027. This is bad news, guys. Look, this is a brand new article. The news broke. Steiner has warned that early 2027 possible run out of cash unless like always, federal government helps out. But I think this current administration has different plans, and I don't think they will help out anything with the USPS like that anymore. We hope for the best, but we'll see what our new Postmaster General is going to do about it. So, U.S. Postmaster General David Steiner he said he hoped Amazon.com and others would participate in a process that is seeking bids to open 18,000 USPS delivery destination units for last-mile deliveries to a broader range of customers. This could potentially add billions of dollars in much-needed revenue to USPS, Steiner said in his first interview since taking the helm. The USPS delivers to more than 170 million U.S. addresses 6 days a week, with the last mile the most expensive part of the deliveries. It is also hugely expensive for companies like FedEx, UPS, and Amazon, Steiner said. We certainly have a precarious cash position. Within probably 12 to 24 months, we are out of cash, he said. Well, you won't be out of cash if you have a little, you think with this brain that God gave you, and talk to your people that all this manpower, all this management that's eating up all the chunks of money, is it really needed? I mean, obviously the answer will be no, but he's not going to do something like that. There's a lot of unnecessary management out there. A lot of people in the headquarters eating up chunks of this money, man. It's unbelievable. They can shave off. The carriers do everything, but you need all those people to run this thing. It shouldn't be that way. So he's got the answer right there if he wants to save some money, but I don't think they'll initiate anything like that. It was clear to me that you couldn't save your way to prosperity, Steiner said, adding that given USPS free cash and its spending rate, we're basically out of cash in early 2027. Steiner, who took over in July after the White House pushed out a prior postal leader, reiterated that USPS needs significant administrative and legislative reforms after reporting $9 billion yearly loss in November. One priority is to convince Congress to lift the current $15 billion borrowing cap that it hit many years ago, Steiner said. The Government Accountability Office said on Wednesday USPS net losses have totaled 118 billion since 2007 as first-class mail, its most profitable product, has fallen to its lowest volume since 1967. Let me say that again, 118 billion loss. I don't know how they come out with these figures, but wow. Congress in 2022 approved legislation providing USPS with about 57 billion in financial relief. Postal Service does not have luxury of time. Amazon, which did not immediately comment on Wednesday, said earlier this month it is in discussions with USPS about its future relationship and considering its options before its current contract expires in October. This is what we've been talking about. Amazon negotiations ongoing, expires in October. So big things going on with our service, guys. But expressed concerns about the auction process after nearly a year of negotiations. We are currently in negotiations to extend that contract. I told them that we were going to go out to the market, that we had to test the market, Steiner said. There's only one thing I'm absolutely certain of. If we continue to do the things the way we're doing today, we're dead in about a year. Wow, these are some strong words from Steiner, man. Blatant words, straight out. If we continue on this path that we're currently on, we're dead in about a year. So that's concerning, carriers. That is definitely concerning, man. So I have got to go out and test the market on this price to find out if it's a fair price. USPS is currently selling about 1.7 billion units of capacity from its last mile distribution, but has capacity for 3.5 to 4 billion and currently generates 5.5 billion to 6 billion in annual revenue from those deliveries. USPS is seeing significant interest from a wide range of companies. That's some good news. We had to do something dramatic and fast. We do not have the luxury of time, Steiner said. He added USPS fate is tied to Amazon and vice versa, and said Americans get Amazon packages delivered by the USPS 1.7 billion times a year. There's absolutely no doubt that without the US Postal Service, Amazon wouldn't be what it is today. We would love to continue that relationship. I don't think we have a choice, really. We're living off of Amazon, and like he said, vice versa, but I think Amazon would be able to survive without us, but they're going to take a big hit, so I don't think they will do something crazy like that. Plus, we're next to nothing. We're really cheap for them, so we just want to make sure we continue at a fair price, Steiner said. So lots of things Mr. Steiner mentioned in this article. Says the last mile delivery, they're looking at some different avenues for to increase revenue. He talked about going dead in the water in early 2027. Cash will run out, he says, in 12 to 24 months. So, I mean, like I was talking about, you can start with the process of taking some people overcrowded area, as we all know what we're talking about. The managers, nothing against the managers, but sincerely don't need that many in as many as we have right now. I mean, carriers were out doing the physical work. I mean, why do you need 3 supervisors and whatever, one manager in an office of say like 25 carriers, maybe smaller office or whatever the numbers crunch up to be? Then you got a lot of people with different titles. You see them all in that magazine that comes every month to our mailbox, the USPS retail. I don't know the name. You see so many positions just in the corporate. So it might be time to start addressing them and cutting some of those positions. I mean, you got to save money any which way possible. He's given the deadline, 2 years or less than that, a year and a half, something like that. He says that's it, money runs out. So that would be a one position to start taking down the workforce. Not all of those positions are needed. I know it's going to be stressful which positions to take out, but this day and age, every company is doing that. So if you look around, but of course they're gonna flip the script and say, okay, then don't bring in new hires. If you're gonna eliminate our positions in the corporate whatever, take it out on the new hires that do all the work. But so it's gonna be a headache. Steiner, I can feel what he's going through. But anybody with some sense would say all those positions in the corporate and thousands and thousands of managers, just it doesn't take that many to run a station, or so you can start there by deducting the workforce. I mean, carriers that do all the work, you got positions, truck drivers, we're actually doing the work. I mean, I've seen supervisors run the whole stations, I mean, for a long while. So the manager, it's a title, and district manager and whatnot, these all positions can be reduced, definitely. That would save, they got to crunch up the numbers because they got to do something now. I mean, he's exploring new ways of making more money, but the answer is right there in the different districts in the whole nation. If you talk to your people, of course, they're going to say, like I was saying, they're not going to reduce anything from corporate, or they're going to look at the new hires and say, look, get rid of them. Well, you can't get rid of them because they do all the physical work now. Those ones in the corporate are all dressed up every day. They're not doing the physical work. They're sitting on their asses on a nice warm seat during the winter, collecting that big check, 6 figures each, whatever it is. So that's definitely where you got to start with the reduction. It's time now. He's even given a deadline. So, if he had any legit sense, his people will tell him what to do. So, but it's just me talking. It ain't gonna go that way. They ain't gonna cut any positions from corporate or whatever, reduction in management. But that's what makes sense to me, at least. So that's it for today's article. I just wanted to share, I come across something new. I gotta let you guys know, let my audience know what it's about. So this article today, it is really concerning. So, heads up, we gotta pray, God takes care of us. So hopefully, first of all, hopefully Amazon re-signs with us. That's the immediate concern in October. So if they re-sign with us, new contract, we're going to look overall better. As far as getting help from the federal government, I highly doubt it. They've already, they said they maxed out on all the government help. But who knows? Anything can happen. Anyway, that's it for this one, guys. Hope everybody's doing good during this peak. A few more days to go in the peak season. I know it's really rough out there. I commend all my fellow carriers. Hardworking hours. Day and night, we're putting in the work. Hundreds and hundreds of packages, gifts being delivered. And we don't get enough appreciation. So props to all my fellow carriers. Rural, the whole thing. Truck drivers, plant workers, because it's packages, once they come, they start in the plant, then the truck drivers bring them to this different station. So it's a whole team effort. So props to the whole USPS workforce. All right, guys, that's it. Mailman Saeed out. We'll see you on the next take. Have a good day, guys.